didn't start yet, Rebecca. Can you get by? Okay. Stenographer ready? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Zoning Board of Appeals. I'd like to brief you on some of our rules and procedures used during our hearings. When a hearing number is called, the applicant or representative will come to the podium. If they are not an attorney, they will be sworn in by our executive secretary. They will then present their case. The board members may or may not ask questions of the applicant. Prior to tonight's hearings, board members have visited most of the properties listed on tonight's calendar. At the conclusion of the applicant's presentation, we will ask if there are any interested parties who would like to speak either for or against the application. We will then allow the applicant to give some brief rebuttal remarks to address any concerns of the interested parties, and at that point, the applicant may come back and give some brief rebuttal, and the hearing will be closed. The stenographer can only take one person's testimony at a time, so we ask that you do not call out from the audience during testimony. We will give everyone an opportunity to be heard this evening. Sometimes proceedings do not end till 1 a.m. or later, but everyone will be heard. Lastly, at approximately 9 p.m., our stenographer will have been typing for about 2 hours, and we will take a 10-minute break. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do we have any postponements this evening?
Yes, we have two postponements. Hearing number 13, appeal number 24-158, David Wolfstein. And hearing number 15, appeal number 24-169, Renee Bingalavelli.
Is anybody in the audience here for either one of those hearings? Let the record reflect that no one is here for them, and let's call the first hearing.
Hearing number 1, appeal 24-141, Allison Berman at 8 Seneca Drive, Massapequa.
Hi, good evening. Yes, William J. Cohen, AIA. I'm the architect of record, 5512 Merrick Road in Massapequa.
Please raise your right hand. Do you promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I promise. I have neighbor signatures, notice, all that good stuff. Great. Thank you very much. Good evening. Appreciate the opportunity to present our scenario to you, representing Allison Berman and her family. They live at 8 Seneca Drive. It's block 442, section 52, lot 14. We're in the residential R1-7 district. They have a modest little rancher that they lived in for quite some time, and a growing family. They're looking to expand the house by putting a second floor on it and squaring off the back left corner of the first floor where the garage is in order to facilitate that second floor. As far as the addition is concerned, we currently meet and will also meet as well during this renovation and addition project. We'll meet all the setback requirements, front, back, side, rear, also all the coverage requirements. The only thing we're seeking right now is a variance for gross floor area. Unfortunately, their basement is exactly 7 feet, just an inch more than allowed as far as calculation for gross floor area, which put them over that threshold. All that being said, it's certainly the second floor addition will, I must say myself, will enhance the neighborhood. It's not detrimental to any of the neighboring properties. It's consistent with other additions that this board has approved in the past.
It's very consistent with the neighborhood.
Very consistent. So all that being said, I think it's really a no-brainer and not much to discuss other than we hopefully seek your approval. Thank you.
Okay.
And the Bermans are, Ms. Berman is here to, if there's any questions.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission, vote determination.
Motion?
Decision?
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Have a good summer.
You too. Thank you.
Hearing number 2, appeal 24-152, Roberto Membrano at 250 Clocks Boulevard, Massapequa.
Good evening. My name is Randall Santana. I'm the architect. Address 331 Willis Avenue, Mineola, New York, 11501.
Do you promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Good evening. So we are here tonight in this house in 250 Clark. So we're seeking two variants today. So the first variance we tried to do in a greenhouse on the side of the house was, if you look in the floor plan, before was a deck there, and they want to have a little bit greenhouse for their family, which is going to be.
I'm sorry, what was there before?
I'm sorry?
You said something was there before?
A deck. A deck.
Okay,
It was a rear wood deck over there.
okay.
So if you see the plan, so we have it on the right side of the house. So we using part of the deck in order to convert it as a greenhouse, which is this one put us exceed the ground floor area. So the existing ground floor area that was approved was in 6,400 square foot, and then with the greenhouse going to be 222, it put us in 67. So the allowed in this area we're supposed to have in 6,200 square foot. So right now we're seeking for 1.4% of the increasing of the ground floor area. The existing one was 64.
It says here, you guys are seeking 11,657 square feet. Is that not correct?
No, it's not correct. No. So right now, if you see all those square footing that we have in, it's 67, including the green area, the green
What are
area.
you saying, Michael?
Required, and then proposed is
67, that's what
11,000. Like, you have,
Yeah, 67.
The ceiling height, which is, we don't use in the basement. The basement is really unfinished, and they don't have it.
Have you spoken to your neighbors?
Yeah, I mean, everything, so we spoke with the neighbors. If you see the house before, they haven't granted that they split the house because they build a new house. So that's why inside also we make some renovation because the previous owner having some leaking, damaged structural. So that's why when the new clients come in, they just only renovating. We speak with the neighbors doesn't have any issue. We don't have any, we don't give the letters, but they don't have any issue with that. Because obviously we know extending dramatically the square footing of the house. We keep in the same footprint of the house. We just only in the deck area that we put in the green area.
And this will cover the deck, where the deck was? This was where the deck was?
In the right side of the house, no in the back.
Okay.
In the right
The-
side, yeah.
the right- That deck?
Exactly.
And nothing more? It doesn't-
Nothing more. It's
nothing
just
more
only,
than the
we
deck,
just
okay.
only changing the deck area to put in the greenhouse right
Okay,
there.
okay, it doesn't go any further out?
No, not at all.
So this greenhouse is going to be a year-round type room?
Yes, that's why the owner planning to do that.
Okay. And it's not going to be used for commercial purposes? is it?
No, not at all, not at all, not at all.
I'm jealous, actually. I
the
love a
owner is right
greenhouse.
here. No. She is a family that like to have like a, natural. We are
Okay.
Hispanics and we
Yeah.
want to like to have every fresh vegetables.
That's great.
All glass, okay. All right. Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board to be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
You too.
Have a good evening.
Next is hearing 3, Appeal 24-155, David Villano at 316 Banbury Road, Massapequa.
Hi, Nicole, how are you? Alex? Michael Palumba, architect, 80 Elizabeth Drive, Bethpage, New York, 11714.
Do you promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes, I do. Good evening, Madam Chairwoman, members of the board. I'm appearing on behalf of David Villano of 316 Banbury Road, Massapequa, New York. We are requesting a variance to maintain an existing rear-raised wood deck, which is located in an R17 zone and does not have the minimum required rear yard setback of 25 feet, maintaining a rear yard setback of 17.6 feet. The existing deck, along with the 8-foot by 4-foot shed abutting the existing dwelling, does not have the minimum required side yard setback of 8 feet and exceeds the maximum building coverage of 25%, maintaining a side yard setback of 7.1 feet to the deck, 7 feet to the shed, and a building coverage of 32.2%. There is no intention of roofing over or enclosing the deck in any way, and we would have no objection with the board conditioning the application as such if approved. The existing 19.95-foot by 10.1-foot framed shed in the southwest corner of the rear yard does not have the minimum required side or rear yard setback of 3 feet, maintaining a side yard setback of 2.6 feet and a rear yard setback of 2 feet. There were 3 prior zoning board decisions for this property. Decision number 4599, dated July 21st, 1955. Sorry. Decision number 4599, dated July 21st, 1955. Decision number 12-128, dated April 19th, 2012, which we are also requesting to be amended with our application this evening, and decision number 21-436, dated October 7th, 2021. Photos of the property have been submitted to the board. I do not have consent letters for this application. They were requested of the owner. Our application was filed under the town's recent amnesty program. The property is well-maintained, and the existing conditions are consistent with the character of this neighborhood. And that completes my application.
So there's still a parent-child use?
Yes.
And are you amending that, the covenant?
No. According to the notice of rejection, it only listed the one that I mentioned, decision number 12-128, but that was dated April 19th, 2012.
Oh, okay. All right. Anybody else have any questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our
Thank you.
office. Thank you.
Hearing 4, Appeal 24-177, Michael Singh at 68 Dover Street, Massapequa.
Robert Schumacher, 1109 Round Swamp Road, Old Bethpage.
Do you promise to tell the truth during this proceeding?
I do.
Thank you.
Representing Mr. Singh of 68 Dover Street, Massapequa, I passed up some photos for the board. Mr. Singh is seeking a variance to maintain an above-ground oil tank, not having the required side front yard setback, and to maintain a fence having greater height than required, and a shed not having the required side and rear yard setbacks. This property is on the corner of Dover Street and Colonial Drive. The shed is maintaining a 2.7-foot rear yard setback and a 2.5 side yard setback where 3 feet is required. The oil tank is behind the fence, it's not visible from the street, and it's near the utilities in the basement. In regard to the fencing, there's an open picket-style fence in the front yard that can be seen through. This intersection is controlled by 4 stop signs. The neighbor to the east on Colonial Drive, their driveway is on the other side of their property, and I've taken a photo of this for the board's review. I've taken many photos from different directions showing the placement of the fence does not pose interference with traffic from either direction. Directly across the street, there's a similar fence to what Mr. Singh has on the other corner. Mr. Singh has young children, and the fence is much needed for security and privacy. As the photos show, the house is in excellent condition and well-maintained, and there's never been any complaints or violations from the town on this property.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
The public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Hearing 6, Appeal 24-193, ANJ Realty at 512 Forest Avenue, Massapequa. What?
Number
Oh, I'm
5.
sorry, it's number 5.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board. Eric Snipus from the law firm of Greenberg Traurig, 900 Stewart Avenue, Garden City, New York, here on behalf of the applicant, A&J Realty. I do have an exhibit packet that I'd like to hand up to the board. Just ask you to please be careful with the staple in the upper left corner. It's a little sharp. So tonight's application seeks variances to maintain an existing two-family dwelling with additional improvements. And present with me tonight, I do have Nicole Ganji and Craig Kirsch from A&J Realty. They're seated at the back of the room. This property is known as 512 Forest Avenue in Massapequa and located wholly within the R17 zoning district. It's a corner lot located on the southeast corner of Forest Avenue and New York Avenue. And then as you proceed south along Forest Avenue, this property is the last residentially zoned property before you enter into the light industrial portion of Massapequa that runs south of the LIRR train tracks.
I'm familiar with that area. That area has a lot of car repair shops and so forth there, so.
Did you read my outline before I got here?
No,
That's the
but
next.
I know that's.
Right, so it does abut, right.
As soon as I saw the address, and I saw that I knew it by the commercial.
Yes.
The industrial.
Yes, so, you already said it, Mr. Schmidt, but it abuts a used car storage lot with frontage on Brooklyn Avenue at the rear of the property. Turning to the improvements on the property, it's already improved with an existing two-story dwelling with approximately 400 square foot, one-story addition. There is also improvements including a wood deck, detached three-car garage, and a 4-foot by 16-foot roofed-over on-grade porch. The dwelling has existed as a two-family dwelling for decades with a basement unit serving as one unit, and then the ground floor and the second floor have served as the second unit. The basement unit is presently vacant. Access to the basement apartment is actually accomplished via two means of egress. First is the stairwell to the side of the main entrance along Forest Avenue. You can see that from Exhibit A in your packet. There's a walkway that wraps around the main stairs. The second way is there's another set of stairs on the north side of the dwelling, which along New York Avenue, which leads to the roofed-over front porch that is part of tonight's application. That can be seen from Exhibit B. The basement unit measures 1,485 square feet of gross floor area, and it's improved with a full kitchen, living room, and 2 bedrooms. If the board does look favorably upon tonight's application, the applicant will also be installing new 29-inch by 44-inch high egress windows and the accompanying wells. The first floor measures 1,140 square feet of gross floor area. Upon entering the first floor, there's a staircase that leads to the second floor straight ahead in front door, and the staircase is flanked on either side by a living room to the left, dining room to the right. The remainder of the first floor is improved with the kitchen and 1 full bathroom with 1 bedroom. The second floor is less than half the size of the first floor at 510 square feet of gross floor area, and that's improved with 2 bedrooms. So that brings you to a total gross floor area of 3,135 square feet. So in the interest of brevity, there is a lot of history to this property, and it's laid out in the exhibits that I've included, exhibits C through J. But I think it's important just to note there are 3 exhibits, exhibits F, G, and H, which were sworn affidavits from November 1980 from a Hertha Hess, H-E-S-S, Pasquale Agresta, A-G-R-E-S-T-A, and a William Agresta. All 3 of these people lived in Massapequa and observed the construction of the dwelling. They all attested that the dwelling was constructed in 1949, consisted of a 1-story dwelling with 1 apartment on the first floor and a basement apartment with an attached enclosed porch on the northeast corner. And they further stated that the dwelling was constructed as a 2-family dwelling and was used and occupied as a 2-family dwelling from 1949 until the date that they swore to the statement in November of 1980. And just for the record too, the applicant entity did purchase the property in 1983, and it was already improved with the finished basement and addition. So just to be clear, the work we are not proposing any work in terms of expanding the square footage, anything to that effect. All the variances we are requesting are to legalize the existing structures. So the variances we do need and we are requesting tonight are encroachment of eaves and gutters, The existing one-story addition has a setback of 19.5 feet to New York Avenue, and the existing roofed-over porch has a setback of 15.6 feet to New York Avenue, where the required average setback is 24.62 feet. As this is a corner lot with 2 front yards, we fully comply with the front yard setback requirements on Forest Avenue. The one-story addition with the roofed-over front porch building coverage of 31.92%. That exceeds the maximum permitted building coverage of 25%. But, even by my calculations, if we demolish the one-story addition and roofed-over front porch, we'd still be at about 26%, so we would still need a variance. Along those same lines, the existing one-story addition brings the total GFA to 3,939 square feet, where 3,460 square feet is the maximum permitted. So we are requesting a variance of 9.84%. And then finally, the existing non-owner occupied two-family dwelling on an 8,728 square foot lot requires approval from this board. There are no issues with respect to parking. As you can see from Exhibit A, there's a 3-car garage with a very large driveway. Additionally, there is on-street parking in the area. So that concludes my presentation. If the board has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
I'm guessing the people who swore to these affidavits are no longer able to be questioned.
Fortunately, probably not. I can look for them if you'd like.
I
Madam Chair.
think I know where you'd find them.
Yeah, I remember Agresta was the barber in town.
Oh, my goodness.
And-
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was, he was older then, so, yeah, I would say.
Was he an honest gentleman?
What?
Was he an honest gentleman?
As far as I know, he was a barber, I never had my hair cut there, so I don't know, but he was, but I'm sure he was, but, that's a name from the past, a real name from the past.
Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Come on up, please.
How are you?
Good.
Can you state your name and address, please?
Steve Johnson, 36 New York Avenue, Massapequa, New York.
And please raise your right hand. Do you promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Thank you. You may proceed.
So I live next door to the apartment part of it on New York Avenue for the last 23 years.
Okay.
It's been a revolving door of tenants. Some good, some bad. Anytime I asked about this property, I was referred to the building manager, John, whoever he is. I said, maybe you could screen your tenants a little better. At the time, I had 2 little children. I come home, there's people outside, cases of beer stacked outside the doorway, fire pits burning right next to my fence. The property wasn't maintained properly. I went to the building manager when his one whole slot of a fence fell down. And I said, listen, I'm going to replace my fence. You want to do something? No. He put up a wooden plank, and I replaced the fence. I asked if I could speak to the owner. He told me the owner lives in Florida, wouldn't tell me who he is. No information. And I came to the town naively 22 years ago, and I spoke to a woman who just kept telling me over and over again, there are no rental properties in Massapequa. There are no rental properties in Massapequa. I go, you could drive down the block and count the Newsdays on the driveway.
She meant legal ones.
Yeah. Anyway, I still live there, if I had my wish, it would be a one-family house with a family that lives there for good, not people coming and going.
Can I ask you, at the present time, how are the tenants there?
Well, there's no tenant in the apartment part of it because, from what I heard, they had a mold problem. And they moved out, and I saw trucks coming for months trying to remediate, I'm assuming, to remediate the mold. So I don't believe anybody's living there right now.
Okay.
And The house just turned, well, not the house, the tenants inside just turned over. They had been there for a while. And it was, you know, they were nice, it was a family. But when I was there, most of the time I was there, it was operating as like a three-family house. Because there was a niece living in the middle, and her aunt and uncle lived upstairs. And I know this because I drove the aunt shopping every Sunday morning at 8:30 in the morning. So they were living separately in there. And I liked them, and I didn't really care about it. But the part next to me, the one that's on New York Avenue, there's just been turnover.
Have they ever put a fence up since then, or?
I don't know, I put a fence up. I don't know what he did behind it on
Okay, so
his
you
side.
can't see it?
No.
Okay. All right, thank you for coming down, and we'll
Okay.
ask the attorney to address some of your concerns. Thank you.
Thank you.
So just for the record, yes, he is correct, it is vacant. The basement apartment is vacant. With respect to the revolving door, whether it's a one-family or two-family, those types of things do happen. Obviously, a representative from the applicant is here tonight. We will do our best to keep the property as clean as possible and vet the tenants, you know, because obviously you want to make sure you have a good tenant because good tenants pay and pay the rent. So they're going to, you know, do their best to get the best tenants in the units.
Oh, okay. I hope so. Anybody else have any questions or comments? Anybody else wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great
Thank
night.
you.
Hearing number 6, Appeal 24-227, Michael Bifoco at 249 New Hampshire Avenue, Massapequa.
Good evening.
State your name and address, please.
Michael Bufogo, 249 New Hampshire Avenue, Massapequa, New York, 11758.
Do you promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do. Good evening.
Good evening.
I purchased 249 New Hampshire Avenue October 5th of 2023 at the county courthouse in Mineola. The house was basically a foreclosure property. It had people living in it for several years that haven't paid their mortgage. The house is pretty much run down, overgrown shrubbery, like a camper in the driveway, broken sidewalks. There was some kind of apparatus on the roof that was in several violations. So when I purchased the property, I addressed the violations as far as the sidewalk and the apparatus on the roof, but I also extended the driveway, not knowing that it had to be a certain amount of feet off the driveway. So technically, I think it had to be 5 feet. I'm like 8 inches off the fence line. So at a notification that I had to make to the 11 people on the radius maps, 8 people have double car driveways. So that's basically it. Everybody had come out and they said what a beautiful job I did on the house. So they were very happy because it was kind of run down.
Okay. Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed. Decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
You too.
Hearing number 7, Appeal 24-156, Sean Khan at 180 Merritt Drive, Farmingdale.
Please state your name and address, please.
Yes.
Your name and address, please.
Umar Raja, and the address is 180 Merrick Road, South Farmingdale,
I don't know what's,
New York 11735.
Do you promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon.
good evening.
Yes, I'm here today. I have business open new and I have the wall sign. And that's would be 10.5 feet. but as my business name was lot of work there, so that's why it exceed 11.4 is less than 1 feet. So that's why I'm here today.
Your name was too long to fit on the sign?
Yeah, because it's
You didn't want to shorten the name?
actually my wish, but that name that time we picked, so, yeah.
It's not that much bigger, so,
No,
yeah.
it's pretty de minimis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you so much. Have a nice night.
Hearing 8, Appeal 63-251, Estate of Hilda Brady at 131 Cottage Boulevard, Hicksville.
Again, for the record, Michael Palumba, architect, 80 Elizabeth Drive, Bethpage, New York, 11714. I'm appearing on behalf of the estate of Hilda Brady for the property located at 131 Cottage Boulevard, Hicksville, New York. We are requesting to amend the specific plan which was presented under application and appeal number 63-251 and granted on June 6, 1963, to allow the existing finished cellar, storage with bathroom, cellar entrance, and front roofed-over portico, which does not comply with the specific plan. These conditions existed when Hilda Brady purchased the property in 1977. The property was recently sold, and there is money being held in escrow pending the issuance of the required permits and COs. We're also in the process of satisfying an open code case on this property. The property is well-maintained, and that completes our application.
Okay.
Thank you. I was at the property earlier. I noted that the home to the left and the right, and 3 of the 5 across the street are all already up like that.
Yes, a
In
very, very
character.
common condition.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission has been notified.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed. Decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too, thank you.
Hearing 9, Appeal 24-53, Dr. Peter Yelazar at 386 South Oyster Bay Road, Hicksville.
Hi, Justin Phillips, NYCD Group.
Do you promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Thank you.
Good evening, Board.
Good evening.
My name is Justin Phillips of NYCD Group, Expeditors and Drafters, representing Dr. Peter Yelazar, owner of 386 Oyster Bay Road LLC and Simply Smiles Dentistry. We're requesting a variance from the town zoning ordinance to permit the installation of a 12-square-foot internally illuminated wall sign on the eastern elevation of the building fronting South Oyster Bay Road, where code requires a maximum sign area of 4 square feet. The subject property is a newly renovated and currently utilized as a dental practice by my client in accordance with the Residence Office District regulations. The property fronts South Oyster Bay Road, a highly trafficked thoroughfare, and abuts other professional offices of similar use. We're requesting to install a non-advertising internally illuminated ID wall sign on the east side of the building, similar in size to many signs of the abutting Residence Office District properties that are used as professional offices, to better identify his dental practice for the patients coming to his newly relocated office. The proposed wall sign is not out of character with the adjoining properties and surrounding neighborhood. On the west side of South Oyster Bay Road, there are currently 12 neighboring professional office buildings, all of similar size and shape, 2 of which are other dental practices, with wall signs mounted in a similar location to our proposed sign that exceed 4 square feet.
Okay. Anybody have any questions?
No, I'm very familiar with the area, and it's accurate. There's lots of signage just like that.
Well, at least he's comparing them to other RO.
We have surprisingly received only complaints from the other dentists that
He's not looking to do anymore. He had a previous office, like 100 feet up in that office building, so he's just relocating to his separate one.
Good one. Thank you. Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission has been recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you all. Have a nice evening.
Thank you.
Rebecca's on to
Hearing number 10, Appeal 24-151, Abraham Mashriki at 151 6th Street, Hicksville.
Andrew Kaplan, architect, Oyster Bay Drafting, 68 West Main Street, Oyster Bay.
Tell the truth during these proceedings.
I do.
Was this the one?
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
We were before you guys with this application under 23-376 in mid-October of last year. That design was denied, unfortunately. So we went back to the drawing board and tried to come up with a version that would be more appealing to both you guys and the building department. As of right now, we are still trying to propose a new second floor to replace the existing and infill the U-shaped section of the existing cape to build a two-story home. As for our previous hearing, this is a non-conforming property. The existing side yard setback is non-conforming, as well as the front yard setback along Jerusalem Avenue. Also, it's a weird property because it's a peninsula, it's 3 front yards. Kind of,
Self-created.
Two
yes.
front doors, a lot of
Weird
things
things,
about the
yes.
property, yeah.
We're seeking variance for the gross floor area, the encroachment using gutters, the side yard setback, minimum roof pitch, and while the pool equipment is on the rejection, our drawings do show it set back to 5 feet, and we intend to set it to 5 feet. So the 4-foot setback that's existing is going to be null and void.
So are you withdrawing C and saying that it complies?
We're going to make it comply.
You're going to make it comply,
Yeah.
so C is withdrawn.
Since the big elephant room is the gross floor area, as per our
Right.
last hearing, the maximum allowed is 4,850. The existing is 5,934.57, and we're proposing 6,035.92.
What was the existing again?
5,934.57.
I'm sorry, I'm proposing.
6,035.92. It's 101 additional square feet from the existing. However, it is 1,186 square feet over the maximum. From a previous design, we have essentially removed the second floor addition over the western side of the home. That does remain 1 story. It does remove 1 entire bedroom suite from the house. Additionally, within that 6,035 number, 60 square feet of it is the double height portico. 569 square feet of it is the detached garage at the back of the property. And additionally, 99 square feet is actually the double height entry. So then there isn't as much added back to the property as we had before. The side yard setback is only reduced by 1 inch from where it was before, as the house isn't square to the property. And the encroachment using gutters is a little obvious due to that side yard encroachment. I'll probably like to take any questions you might have about the gross floor area, as I'm sure we might have a couple of questions.
What is the addition to be used for?
The second floor essentially is 3 bedrooms up there, each with its own bathroom and walk-in closet. The first floor remains nearly the same except for the expanded entrance to the house. Oh, and additionally, the roof pitch, which I didn't bring up before. Minimum 6 on 12, we're asking for 5.5. If we went to the 6, we had 29 foot. The depth of the house itself naturally is a little too deep to keep the 6, even with an 8-foot first floor and an 8-foot second floor. So we did the lesser of 2 evils and took a ½ inch off the ratio to make sure we had the 28 foot. As if this were to be too tall, probably on that area, especially as seen from 3 different streets, probably be more unsightly to be taller than stouter.
How many bedrooms are in the house?
In total, there are 4 bedrooms in total.
How many baths?
And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bathrooms in total, 6 if you count the bathroom in the cellar. Six bathrooms in total,
6 baths.
If you count the bathroom where?
in the cellar.
In the cellar?
Yeah,
Okay,
so
talk to me about the basement a little bit.
The basement is currently finished. There is no cellar entrance. There really isn't a way to put one in, even if we wanted to. Not even gonna happen.
tried, I
Nope, not
remember.
gonna happen. We are adding an egress window down there, as there is nothing down there for safety, but it's used essentially for storage. There's just a bathroom and a laundry room down there.
A full bathroom?
It's an existing full bathroom down there. As of now, there's no change from from its existing design to now.
I mean, look, you passed a comment about it being unsightly. I don't think it's unsightly. I actually think it's a lovely home. I just feel like it's not in character with what's around it. I think,
I
in
concur.
other communities on a larger parcel, it's gorgeous. So the proposal is beautiful, the house itself is beautiful. It's just not, in my opinion, a good fit for where it's located in terms of what's around it and the use that we're commonly seeing in Hicksville. I don't know how my colleagues feel about it. You probably
agree.
already knew I was going to say that. You probably have it on loop from last time, so I apologize for repeating myself. But
No problem.
We'll talk about it. I agree with what Ms. Alessia said. It's a lot, and it is, that lot is self-created, and it doesn't fit in with the neighborhood, and now you want to expand it.
And I understand, oh, sorry, Rita.
That's okay, I'm done.
And I understand, it's only 101 feet over the existing, but the existing
It's already
is
over.
and it was subject to a variance before. So, yeah, it's already over. I mean, again, it's a beautiful application. It's just where the property is.
Understandable,
located.
yeah.
Anybody want to be heard on this application? Anybody in the audience? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Hearing number 11, Appeal 24-171, Inc. Properties LLC at 506 West Old Country Road, Hicksville.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board. Philip Butler with the law firm of Forcelli, Deegan, Tirana, 333 Earl Ovington Boulevard in Uniondale. On behalf of the applicant, I do have an exhibit packet I'd like to hand up to the board.
Thank you.
So we are here tonight seeking a variance from Section 246-5.5.33 of the Town Code in connection with a proposed freestanding Starbucks that would operate prospectively between the hours of 5 a.m. and 11 p.m. As this board, I'm sure, is aware, there is a restriction on commercial uses that are within 100 feet of a residential district that limits their hours of operation from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. So the variance we're seeking tonight is literally for 1 hour in the morning. It's also important to note that the subject property is 90 feet away from the nearest residential district. So both the relief from the time restriction that is in place and the relief in terms of distance to the residential district are both, in our opinion, not substantial. So as you can see in Exhibit 1 of the materials I've provided to you, the premises is surrounded by commercial properties. They are either zoned GB general business or light industrial. The residential district that we're talking about is 90 feet to the south of the property line on the other side of Old Country Road. And that is the onus for the variance we're seeking. The premises was previously a one-story automotive sales building and detail shop. It operated pursuant to a special permit from this board. You can see from your materials that the existing condition of the property is fairly dilapidated. There's very little buffers, very little landscaping. It's basically just a sea of concrete and then the buildings. So the project, which is shown in Exhibit 3, which is the approved site plan, calls for the demolition of the entire building and the site. And the plan is to construct a 2,226 square foot Starbucks with a drive-through, on-site parking, landscaping, and buffers throughout. The proposal fully complies with the zoning, with the exception of the proposed hours of operation.
Could I just ask for a quick clarification? It says
Sure.
5:30 to 11.
Oh, excuse me. So 5 a.m. because that is when the staff shows up to start prepping the store for service.
Okay, so this needs to be changed?
Well, it's not open at 5 a.m.
No, it's not open at 5 a.m., but there will
So-
be employees on the premises starting to prep the.
It has to be changed? Because it's operating, because they're in there. Okay.
Would it have to be renoticed?
No, because the time is not referenced in the advertisement.
Okay.
In the notice,
Okay,
okay.
good.
Crisis averted.
Yeah, for sure.
Just want to get, okay, that's fine then.
We submit that this is going to be a very significant improvement over what's already there. Just a little bit of procedural history here. On August 30th, DER, the town's Department of Environmental Resources, issued a memorandum classifying this as a Type 2. On March 21st of this year, the Nassau County Planning Commission issued a local determination and deferred to the town. And finally, as reflected in Exhibit 5 of your packet, on May 7th of this year, the town board granted the site plan and special use permit for this project. One of the conditions you'll see in the approval is that we come to this board and get relief for the extra hour in the morning. Those covenants have been executed and recorded against the property already, and so here we are seeking the relief today. Notwithstanding that the Starbucks will be open an hour earlier, we submit that it won't have any impact on the neighbors across the street. One, given the distance and being that it's on the other side of Old Country Road, but also the active portions of the site, being the menu board and the service window, are going to be a considerable distance, not only from the south property line, but from the residential district. So in terms of linear feet, the menu board is at the far end of the property. It's 142 feet from the south boundary line and 232 feet from the residential district. The drive-through window is 60 feet from the south property line and 150 feet from the residential district. So there's a considerable distance between where there will be any prospective early morning activity and that residential district. Also, around that time of day, you start to see commuter traffic on Old Country Road anyway, so ambient noise levels are already going to be picking up. Also in your materials at Exhibit 6, you'll see a distance diagram that will show you the specific distances between the improvements and the residential district, if you want to refer to that. And then finally, the last two exhibits, in case the board is curious to see what the project is going to look like, those are the colored renderings and elevations for the proposed building. And with that, I'm happy to respond to any comments or questions from the board.
I think, with the distance, I don't think any amplified sound should reach the residential. I mean, I'm sure there may be some concerns of that in the audience, we'll find that out, but it does look nice.
Well, really, they're only here for that hour
Yeah, just that.
variance.
Correct.
Everything else is by
Right.
right, yeah.
So let's see, does anybody in the audience want to speak on this application? Okay.
They all know Starbucks customers are very quiet.
They're gonna be they're being clamoring for their early morning coffee, I'm sure.
Don't get loud till after you have it.
Right.
Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends approval determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you very much.
Next is hearing 12, Appeal 24-237, Shabiuddin Qureshi at 19 Arnold Street, Hicksville.
Good evening, Kamran Ansari. Kamran Ansari, 1019 Broadway, Woodmead, New York, 11557.
Promise to tell the truth during the proceeding?
Would you? Yes.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. So we are representing 19 Arnold Street, Hicksville, New York, and we are requesting for following variances. Variance to allow existing front walkout bay window having less average front yard setback on Arnold Street than permitted by the ordinance. Variance to allow existing one-story addition having less rear yard setback than permitted by ordinance, also encroachment of eaves and gutters. Variance to allow existing one-story addition, side front roofed over porch with steps to grade and to construct front covered porch exceeding maximum building coverage than permitted by the ordinance. These all conditions are existing, and we are just requesting the variance for all those. We only applied for the addition of the first floor, second floor, and these are the existing variances, and then we're requesting the approval for those. Any questions?
So you brought this tonight because you're applying for a a permit for something else, and this came up?
Yes,
So you have to legalize this before you can get your permit?
exactly.
Okay,
And there's no variance for the new construction that we're
No
proposing
var-
for.
okay.
These are all existing conditions.
okay. Anybody else have any questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
The public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too, thank you. Hearing 14, Appeal 24-165, Gershon Allweiss at 78 Elmwood Street, Plainview.
John Tufel, T-E-U-F-E-L, professional engineer, 707 Route 110, Farmingdale, New York.
Do you promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes, I do. Thanks. Good evening, Madam Chairman, members of the board.
Good evening.
I'm here tonight representing Gershon Allweiss of 78 Elmwood Street, Plainview, who's seeking variances to maintain a garage conversion to habitable space with no exterior entrance. No entrance has been added. The garage door doesn't function anymore. There's a wall inside it. 2 storage sheds and reduction of off-street parking. The calendar also requests as item C, a variance to maintain a 4-foot-high chain link fence within 30 feet of the intersection of Elmwood Street and Ontario Avenue on this corner property. We'd like to withdraw item C as Mr. Allweiss has removed that fence, so we don't need that variance anymore for the 4-foot fence. The zone is R17, where 3-foot side and rear yard setbacks to the sheds is required, and we are requesting a rear yard setback of 2.2 feet to the 10-foot by 12.1-foot shed. We're also seeking a side yard setback of 2.5 feet and rear yard setback of 2.7 feet to the 10.1 by 10.1-foot shed. These sheds are required for the storage of Mrs. Allweiss's accessories as a children's speech therapist, as well as your standard homeowner lawnmower or snow blower, outdoor furniture, and other standard homeowner items. The existing attached garage has been converted to 2 bedrooms and a bathroom with no exterior entrance, so that Mr. Allweiss's parents, aged 90 and 94 and needing care, may move in with them. This was done kind of on a rush basis. That's why we're here today, because they're not really sure. They live in Queens currently, but we're really not sure when they're going to need care and want to move in with their son, Gershon. We're also requesting reduction of off-street parking spaces from 2 to 1, although the actual area of the driveway is 361 square feet, where the area of the 2 required 9 by 18 off-street spaces would be 324 square feet, but the irregular shape of the driveway, really, technically, it's only 1, even though it has that increased area. There have been no complaints from the neighbors, and again, we want to withdraw variance number 3 for the fence. That fence is no longer there, and that completes our case.
Have you been in touch with the neighbors on either side of the property?
Do they both need variance?
Yeah, they're perfectly fine with it.
Why don't you have to swear in?
Yeah, we've been,
You have to be sworn in.
Your name and address,
yes,
please.
I do, yes.
Your name and address.
Gershon Allweiss, 78 Elmwood Street, Plainview, New York.
Do you promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes, I do. Yeah, actually, we've been living there for over 30 years, and we've had 2 new neighbors on both sides, and we're very friendly with them. They even have permission to come around and trim the bushes, come onto our property. One of them on the side by the shed, they have a tall fence anyway. You can barely see the shed. The other one is a garage. You can't see the shed at all. It's their garage, blocks that. And we've gotten along fine with them since they've moved in. Absolutely no problem. Not only with the shed, but also parking on the street. And as he said, there really is enough room to park in the driveway if you have to, 2 cars without a problem, 1 diagonal, 1 straight.
Great, and can I just clarify, is it 1 shed or 2 sheds in the yard?
It's 2. One of them we have for, over 20 years. As he mentioned, my wife is a speech therapist, and she has toys, because boy, does she have toys. because she works with developmentally disabled autistic children, and she does private therapy as well as in a preschool, and she needs a lot of toys. So I had the shed built just to store the toys. The second one was actually when I had to build the garage for my parents. My father, 94 years old, came to me and he very seriously said he's not going to be around much longer. My mother, almost 91, I have to take care of her. So we, even though we're in a small Cape, I had to give up the garage and to build this. And once again, there's no outside entrance. They're a part of our household. They have free reign of the house. My mother has dementia. My father has a lot of physical issues, pacemaker, diabetes, and the list goes on. So we want them to move in. We're waiting for this to be ready for them to move in. But I had to give up the garage. So
You're totally
that's why we
fine.
have the shed.
The use of the sheds is not really the question. I'm just, Mr. Tufel, do we need a second application? Because there's only one shed on our paperwork.
Oh, really? Because the site plan shows 2 sheds.
Maybe we don't need a.
Maybe one doesn't need a
variance,
variance?
that's what I'm.
Can we amend that from the board?
Yeah, can't we?
I did notice that, but I just gave everything that,
Okay, we just need to figure out procedurally how we can fix this. Do we know? Can it be amended from up here?
I think it would be your call.
I believe I've seen that done in the
Can I say that we
past.
should amend it from here, because, well,
I do too.
first of all, is anybody in the audience here on this application?
No.
Okay,
Okay.
so we will amend it from here.
That way they don't have to re-advertise.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, and it is a hardship.
And it's a
Yeah,
hardship
get-
application because of the age of your parents. So we're going to amend, I'm sorry, Madam Chair.
Let's do it.
We are going to amend section A to read existing 10-foot by 12.1-foot shed and existing, is the other shed the same size, Mr. Tufel?
The other one's 10.1 by 10.1.
And existing 10.1 by 10.1 foot shed.
Different rear yard setbacks.
Are you able to calculate those from here?
One is 2.2, one is 2.7.
Okay, did we
Yeah,
get
they're
that in the
close.
record?
Yeah.
And the 10-1 has a side yard setback as well.
Correct, 2.5.
Thank you all very much for your cooperation. We just don't want you to have to come, as much as we love to see you, we don't want you to have to come back for no reason.
Okay, appreciate that.
You have all that, Nicole? Because you're the one that has to write it up.
We're good.
Cole, you're a superhero tonight.
She is.
Nice catch, Nicole.
Correspondence,
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
motion.
Decision.
The public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Good
much.
night.
Have a good night.
You
You
too,
too.
thank you.
Hearing number 16, Appeal 24-235, Ho Fau Chi at 1 Vegas Court, Plainview.
Again, for the record, Robert Schumacher, 1109 Round Swamp Road, Old Bethpage, representing Mr. and Mrs. Chi of 1 Vegas Court in Plainview. I have some photos and consent letters for the board. Mr. and Mrs. Chi are seeking a variance for a proposed in-ground pool not having the required side yard setback and rear yard setback, and to maintain a fence having greater height than required. This property is on the corner of Vegas Court and Miriam Lane. I've taken many photos for the board of the fence showing it does not pose interference with traffic in either direction. And the neighbor's house on Miriam Lane, their driveway is on the other side of their property. Vegas Court is a small block with only 6 houses on it. The house directly across the street has a similar fence such as the Cheese. Fences like this are not uncommon in this area. The homeowners reached out to their 2 abutting neighbors at 3 Vegas Court and 25 Miriam Lane, and they both signed letter of no objection. The property is fenced in the rear. As the photos show, the house is in excellent condition, has always been well maintained, and there's never been any violations from the town on this property.
Okay. Anybody have any questions?
We like the topiaries.
Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hearing 17, Appeal 24-228, Galina Yusin at 12 Hillside Avenue, Woodbury.
Good evening.
Could you just state your name and address, please?
Yes, Yuri Yugodayev, architect for representing 12 Hillside Avenue. My address is 6925 175th Street, Fresh Meadows, New York, 11365.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm representing Ms. Galina Yusim, address located at 12 Hillside Avenue, Woodbury, New York, 11797. We filed an application with the building department, and we received an objection that we need to amend a specific plan, BZA approval 12416, dated December 15th, 2012. Decision number 12-416, date of decision is December 15th, 2012. We're proposing a rear one-story extension with 2 bedrooms with a roof terrace, and because of the specific plan that needs to be amended, our plans cannot progress on with zoning review and full zoning review and plan review. For that reason, we're here today. Just to give you some details, the lot permits us to have a maximum floor area of 4,088 square feet. The total proposed floor area is 3,623.19 square feet, which is 465 square feet underbuilt. We're proposing to add 360 square feet, still maintaining to be underbuilt with that. Our permit application number is P2403-0234. The original approval was for a one-story addition. This is a corner property, fronting Hillside Avenue and First Avenue. There was also an approval for a shed, a fireplace, and a roof over a porch. So there was a front setback issue for the reason for that BZA variance.
Was there ever an application for a rooftop terrace, or this is new?
This is new.
Are there other rooftop terraces in the neighborhood?
No, the building, the one-story house is kind of like a U shape, like an L shape. So this addition is tucked away where it's not visible from the street. So because we're doing a one-story, off of the master bedroom, there's an opportunity to take advantage of that flat roof for access and leisure.
And it's in the back of the house?
Correct.
Okay. All right, because I've never seen one before, and
It's beautiful.
it sets a precedent, though. That's my concern, because we have had people looking for front, second-story balconies, and
I see your
That's
point. Yeah, this is
not what
tucked
we're
away
looking
where it's not visible from the street side. So we want to take advantage of sun exposure, sunbathe.
so there'll be doors from the master bedroom onto this rooftop terrace?
That's correct.
That's nice. Okay. Michael, if you think it's visible from the street, can you?
House tucked away in between the right and left side of the house.
Okay. Okay.
Two separate roofs.
It's also, I think, located in that area of Woodbury that's kind of like between Huntington, it's like on our side, but, you know, where the
Right. So
property
it's
lines,
wood-
yeah, it's a
woody.
little more woody and,
Okay.
you know, it's, so I understand your concern about a precedent, and I'm
Yeah.
not looking to make the applicant's case for him. He's very capable, but sometimes in different neighborhoods, different things fly, you know?
No, I agree. All right, anybody else have any questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission has been notified of this application.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board to be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hearing number 18, Appeal 23-224, William Bowes at 14 Richard Lane, Syosset.
So for the record, name is Cole Gartmare, representing Long Island Perfect Permits. Address is 124 Front Street, Suite 205, Massapequa Park, New York, 11762. I do. So we're agents representing William Vose, owner of 14 Richard Lane in Syosset, New York, Section 15, Block 147, Lot 1. This property is in an R1-10 zone. We were before this board on 5/18/23 seeking permission to install a 6-foot PVC fence with an 8-foot setback along the street, Richard Lane. A 6-foot PVC fence with an 8-foot setback along the side street, Richard Lane. The board granted the request, decision 23-224. When the fence was installed, the property line was unfortunately miscalculated. The fence was installed with a 6-foot setback. We are here today respectfully requesting to amend specific plan 23-224. My client has spoken to the abutting neighbors. They have not expressed concern. And I do have a photo just to show that it is still off the sidewalk, and there's actually some bushes that belong to the neighbors that are causing a little bit more of an obstruction than the fence. That's it.
I just want to take a look at it.
Of course.
Okay. Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Come on up, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
State your name and address.
My name is Ihab Al-Abtah. My address is 31 Wallace Drive in Syosset, New York, and I'm the homeowner of 64 Miller Boulevard, is the next door to this property.
Do you promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes, I do. So I was here back in May regarding this fence, and I think I discussed it regarding the fence was sitting, the way it's going to sit 8 feet, well, blind, because the property is on a corner property and my driveway is right there. So when you get out of the driveway, if the fence is too far out, I'm not going to see anybody coming across the corner. And actually, when he installed the fence, I told the homeowner, his fence is on my property now, and he's not doing anything about it. And now here we go, he want to amend him to push the fence back out again. So I don't know what to do, but his fence, the one he installed it, it's on my property.
You're 64?
64 Miller Boulevard. And you guys could check the fence is on my property. And I told the homeowner, please put your fence back into your property, and now we need to push the fence back out.
So the fence is right now on your property?
The side fence is on my property.
If he were to angle the fence, would it help with your situation as far as backing out of your driveway? Or pulling out?
How we gonna angle it? I don't.
Well, Michael, can you show him?
No, see, this is the fence, right?
Ask him
Maybe
where his
down to
driveway
here.
is. This fence is here.
So now, 8 foot, should be less, more than 8 foot, but here now, he's got this obstruction and now the fence, so when he's backing out, he can't see anything here. Plus it's on-
That's where his driveway is? So this fence, so you show him, then he can do that.
That's the one. You know what I mean?
Probably shouldn't have written on that. Okay.
No, we're dealing with this piece right here.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I didn't sign my name to it.
You're not seeing anybody coming out here. That's the issue. Is it?
Well, angling it'll help a little. I think.
Well then, so this is okay, so then we'll angle that piece right there. Ask him if that
let me
will
see.
solve the problem.
Where's the drawing that's done?
Yeah, give him, bring it back.
Oh, Andrew, did you want to see it?
Here's the problem, like, this is the fence going down here. It comes right up to here, So now this is an obstruction for him to get out, and now this that was a little bit is also an obstruction.
It's blind is the whole
Which
fence,
is-
because
which
if
is
you
the
push it all the
Stellar
way out,
house?
it's just...
This one.
This one, okay.
Then that's what we're gonna do. No. Okay.
All right, thank you so
We got it.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time, for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you for coming
Thank you.
back.
Thank you.
How much does it have to be? How much does the fence have to be back? You know?
Good evening, everyone.
Good
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mike, without a variance, how much would the fence have to be back from the street? It's R110. At least 4 feet, right? From where he is now. Oh, we gave you 8. What do you mean? Which was a variance. Right. Could we pull the variance now? Put it back. Just deny the amendment, and then you gotta put it back to 8. Right? Or we can't take the last variance out, right? That's bullshit, I don't like that at all.
So, I'm not sure why it's being questioned. This was initially what we were here for, was for the swimming pool and pool equipment and everything like that. I recall the gentleman being here. Should I approach and finish the dialogue?
Yes.
Yeah. So, again, I'm not sure exactly what he's referring to as far as like where we're angling the fence or anything like that. The shrubs shown in the photo, to my knowledge, are just based on where this property is, would be that gentleman's shrubs. So, I mean, at least in my opinion, they're causing a little bit more of an obstruction.
Well, no, I think
than
his point was that prior to us granting you a variance and giving you a variance at all,
Right.
was that there was no sightline problem. Now you guys we gave you the variance to go 8 foot back. Not only did you put the fence on his property, but you went, so it's 6 foot back. So that's, I've got 2 problems. You caused a condition where now he can't see, regardless of his bush there, which is perfectly legal. He can't see, number one. You put it on his property, which I'm not sure why you guys did that. And we granted you 8, and you took 6. So I'm not sure what your problem is, seeing what our problem is, because I think we kind of gave you something there, and you took more. And you took from the guy who came in here to complain about the entire thing. So you certainly should see why he's angry about this whole thing. I hope you see why at least I'm a little bit angry about us giving you something and you took more. Why did you go 6 instead of 8?
So basically, essentially, from what I understand, is it was just a survey error. The property line comes about 2 feet off of the sidewalk towards the dwelling. So I believe when they installed the fence, they were under the impression that it went all the way to the sidewalk's edge. So that's where the 2-foot discrepancy was from the initial approval, where we were requesting 8 feet of relief, and unfortunately, they installed it there. But as a result of the survey error, that now we're actually, looking at 6 feet.
I think you should stick with what you have.
Okay.
That's probably, I'm thinking, what we're all gonna decide,
Okay, understood.
okay?
And I'm not sure
Because
if we can send code as far as, is that a code
as far as
violation?
it being on the property line,
Right,
town does not get involved in
Okay,
property
I
line
know.
disputes
All right.
at all. That's a civil matter between the 2 neighbors. That's why I didn't even mention it to him when he said it. But if we've already granted you the 8 feet, I think you should stick with that.
Okay.
I thought what he was saying is that it's already in and it doesn't comply with the variance. Is
Right.
that not what
Yes.
you're saying?
Right.
So we
now
would
it's
have to
getting-
move it.
He's
So you
gotta
gotta
move
have
It's gotta
it.
move
Just
it.
move it to
Right.
what was previously
Good.
granted if this were
Thank
Right.
denied.
For clarifying that, I appreciate it.
Right?
Okay,
Yep.
so, that being said, motion,
Decision?
public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board to be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you. Have a good evening, everybody.
Oh, them. What'd they say? Okay, we'll put that on the record.
Hearing 19, Appeal 24-167, Pan's Zen at 22 Mesa Road, Syosset.
Right? I'm right.
Okay, thank you. John Tufel, a professional engineer, 707 Route 110, Farmingdale. I'm here tonight with the owner, Mr. Panzen, of 22 Mesa Road, Syosset, who's seeking a variance for rear yard setback to maintain a first-story deck attached to the rear of his house. The zone is R17, where a 25-foot rear yard setback to this deck is required. The deck is 3.5 feet above the grade. It's a first-story deck. And we're requesting 17.3-foot rear yard setback instead of the 25 feet required. The deck existed when Mr. Zen purchased the home in 2018, and of course, he had no idea that it didn't have the required CO. He was issued violation number 18341 in November 27th of 2019, and retained a representative to resolve it, but unbeknownst to him, the required action was never taken, and so we're here tonight. There have been no complaints from the neighbors. There also is an AC unit about 1 foot away from the northwest side of the house. Actually, it's in the middle of a bed of, a shrub area, which we feel is adequately screened per the Town of Oyster Bay requirements, Chapter 246. And that completes our case for this variance.
Okay. Anybody have any questions?
No.
Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decisions will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good night. Hearing 20, Appeal 24-164, Chris Bartlett at 97 Kissam Lane, Glenwood Landing.
Again, for the record, Robert Schumacher, 1109 Round Swamp Road, Old Bethpage. I'd like to pass up some photos for the board. Representing Mr. Bartlett of 97 Kissam Lane, Glenwood Landing. Mr. Bartlett seeking a variance to maintain 2 air conditioning units, not having the required side yard setback of 3 feet, maintaining 2 feet. I've taken a photo for the board showing the property is heavily shrubbed. I did speak with the neighbor closest to the air conditioning units at 91 Kissam Lane, and he said he had no objections. This is a non-conforming lot, making any type of placement of air conditioning difficult. These units were there prior to Mr. Bartlett purchasing the home. As the photos show, the house is in excellent condition and has always been well maintained.
Okay. I was there. There really is no other place to put them. Anybody have any questions or concerns? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too, thank you. Hearing 21, Appeal 24-176, Megan Cashman at 41 Pershing Avenue, Locust Valley.
Yes. Andrew Kaplan, architect, Oyster Bay Drafting, 68 Main Street, Oyster Bay. Hello again.
Hello again.
We have before you a very unique property, and we're seeking relief for the following variances. The side yard setback, side yard aggregate, rear yard setback, encroachments of eaves and gutters, gross floor area, and the setbacks for the existing shed to be maintained. This non-conforming property has a few odd quirks. One, it does not meet the minimum lot size of 7,000 square feet for an R17. The lot size is 6,130 square feet. The existing lot width is only 60 feet wide, more or less. Well, the required is 70. The variances we're going for, the existing side yard, the existing aggregate, and the existing rear yard are all the existing setbacks. We are not changing them. The proposed project is to build a new dwelling partially over the existing foundation that is there and expand into the property as much as possible to not make conforming issues any worse where we could avoid them. And it would now be a two-story home instead of being this kind of small ranch bungalow that's set way back in on the property. It would be a total 4-bedroom, 2.5-bath house. The second floor having 3 of the bedrooms and 2 of the bathrooms. The setbacks, the side yard required of 8. The existing, which is also the proposed, is 2.41 feet. However, the second floor is set back to 8.3, so the second floor is conforming to the zoning. So we're doing what we can to kind of make sure light still meets the neighbor, not be right on top of each other, fire safety as best as we can, etc. The rear yard has kind of the same scenario where the required is 25 feet, but due to the location of this home being essentially on the back of the property, it is 3.4 feet for the first floor and the foundation. However, the proposed second floor is 12.15 feet, while the rear stoop, which is on the first floor, which replaces the cellar entrance that's on the property, is at 8.86 square feet. The gross floor area, the max allowed is 2,939.15 square feet. 2,939.15 square feet, while the proposed is 3,529.12 square feet. Is roughly 560 square feet over the gross floor. Of that, 473 square feet is in the cellar, which is unfinished, is remaining unfinished. It essentially matches the slabs to each other, so there's some storage in the home. If it so be's that we find an issue with the gross floor, it's amenable that we do raise up the cellar to get it up to the 611 and make it uninhabitable. But I would like to try to keep that all on the same slab so it's more functional for the family. The reason for much of this project is, one, they're expecting their first child, as well as they do have family, I believe one set of parents about 2-3 blocks away who are aging out, and the extra space is useful if they have to then move into the property. The existing shed to be maintained is in the rear corner of the property where the house isn't, shockingly. The minimum setback is 3 feet. The existing is 2.7. It's pretty close to being where it wants to be. If we do move it closer to the house, it's more of a nuisance to probably move that large shed, if anything. And if we do find a new home for it, likely it would be in the front yard, and that's unsightly. We did consider trying to move the whole house and trying to make a design that would be more zoning compliant, but we would probably end up with a house that's probably unsightly for the neighborhood, being more railroad style than anything else due to the narrowness of the property, and also probably financially unfeasible to then start completely from scratch for the homeowners. I'll take any questions.
I'm very familiar with that property. I know it's there now, and it's really not even considered a house to me, but I know people have been living in it. I have no questions. Anybody else have any questions? I have a fact, though. This was the original Boys and Girls Club, Locust Valley.
Interesting.
That's very interesting.
Yep, that's why you see it was converted in 1966.
It is not as interesting as Lois's barber knowledge from earlier,
I can tell you.
but we'll allow it.
It's an evening
you
of
know
fun
about
facts.
that.
He's probably about 104 now.
Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
The public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank
Thank you
you.
much. Have a great night.
Saving the best for
And
last.
this
here.
one, holdover 1, Appeal 24-107, 70 East Old Country LLC at 70 Old Country Road, Hicksville.
Hello again. For the record, Philip Butler for Charlie Deegan Tirana, 333 Earl Ovington Boulevard in Uniondale, on behalf of the applicant. I have some more paper for the board. I can hand this up, please. Thank you so much.
So the subject premises is located at 70 East Old Country Road in Hicksville. The property is .4 acres, or roughly 17,500 square feet, located on the northeast corner of East Old Country Road and Kramer Street. It is located entirely within the neighborhood business NB zone. The area around it generally characterized by kind of a mix of residential to the north, and there is a home to the immediate east. Also other business uses along Old Country Road. To the south is business uses, and to the immediate west is the Long Island Railroad tracks. If you refer to Exhibit 1 in your packet, you can kind of get some aerial views that'll orient you as to the location. The subject property is currently improved with a two-story commercial building constructed in 1968, containing roughly 6,400 square feet, and there is currently parking on site for 11 vehicles. The applicant has generally good relations with their neighbors. They even allow some of the neighbors to park on the property when those neighbors are away for an extended period because they feel it's safer than leaving their cars in the street. The building is now more than 50 years old and it's pretty small, but you can tell from the photographs in Exhibit 2 that the property is pretty well maintained. I've personally visited the property to see what's there. I've been inside the building. It's very well taken care of. It's been renovated extensively. You can tell that the owner very much cares about this property. The property is owner occupied. The current tenants are a real estate brokerage, a construction project management company, which are owned by the owner of the property, and a structural steel engineering firm. These are all office uses. They're not heavy industry or construction. The business that relates to construction is management only. The hours of operation of the building are typically between 9 a.m. and 5:30 p.m., Monday through Friday. The brokerage is open for limited hours on Saturday. The applicant proposes to construct a two-story addition on the rear of the building that would have a footprint of a little more than 1,000 square feet and a total interior floor area of 2,130 square feet. The plans for the addition are found at Exhibit 3 of your materials. In addition to the addition to the building, the applicant is going to reconfigure the on-site parking and expand onto a previously undeveloped portion of the site that's currently a gravel yard. There will be, of course, new drainage, landscaping, and screening associated with all of that. The new parking lot will contain space for 27 parking stalls, whereas your code requires 46 spaces in total. Therefore, we are here seeking a parking variance for 19 spaces. Importantly, the expansion is not sought because they're adding a new tenant, nor because they're adding more employees. As I mentioned, it's a relatively small office building with 3 tenants in it, so they're expanding just to give the existing tenants some more space to operate in. As this is a parking variance, we commissioned Mulryan Engineering to prepare a parking study. Mr. Mulryan prepared a traffic engineering report, which is in your materials, so I'm submitting it for the record. He can also come up and speak if the board would prefer to hear from him directly. But to summarize his findings, the peak parking demand for the site expanded would rise from 11 stalls at peak usage to 17. But with the 27 parking stalls proposed, we think that's more than adequate. Anecdotally, I visited the site twice on my own. In the words of Ronald Reagan, trust but verify. So I went there once in the morning and I went there once in the afternoon, and there's a set of photographs that I took actually today. And as you can see in those photographs, the parking lot is nowhere near full. So if things remain status quo, the 27 parking stalls will be more than adequate for the use. So based on all of that, we submit that the proposed variance will not adversely affect the character of the neighborhood, will not harm the environment, and we submit that it is not substantial. So I'm happy to take any questions if you would like to hear from Mr. Mulryan, but that is pretty much all I have for you.
Okay. No, I think we have enough information in the handout you gave us. Anybody have any questions? I visited the site myself. I didn't see a problem with it. Anybody wishing to be heard on this application?
Yes, I would.
Come on.
Okay.
State your name and address, please.
Okay, my name is Connie McGinnis. I live at 19 Kramer Street. I've been living there for 38 years, and I'm familiar with the building that's there now.
Please raise your right hand.
Oh, yes.
Do you promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
So I've been living there 38 years. It's a very nice block. I understand that building's there. I'm used to that building already, but I was unaware that they were building another one. I got a notice about the parking situation. So if they're going to build another building and they are going to need extra parking, I mean, where are these people going to park? They're going to end up starting to park on the street. It's already congested.
You just explained the parking, this parking study.
What is the parking study? I didn't quite understand.
Well, we'll let him come back when you're done and
Okay.
and answer any concerns
I
that you're
wrote,
raising.
I wrote a petition, and the people on Kramer Street were very concerned, which they signed, and I can read it to you, what I wrote.
I'd like to read what the petition says. I don't need to hear everyone's name. I'm not
Oh, no,
interested
no,
in
I'm
that.
just going to read the
Just
petition.
read the petition, please.
To whom it may concern, this petition... Oh, okay, I'm sorry. To whom it may concern, this petition is in reference to Appeal Number 24107. We, the residents of Kramer Street of Hicksville and surrounding streets, are opposed to having another building built on the corner of Old Country Road and Kramer Street, Hicksville. The business located on 70 East Old Country Road, the property professionals want to make an additional building on this property. While not providing enough sufficient parking spaces, they are required to have 46 parking spaces for this future building. In fact, they are only providing 27 spaces. Because of the lack of parking spaces, it's going to cause problems upsetting the residents, serious overcrowding, and there will be no room to park your car anymore with peace of mind on Kramer Street and on possibly nearby streets as well. If they want to expand their business, it should be done elsewhere. Since the new building will now be facing more on Kramer Street rather than Old Country Road, it will make our block more commercialized, taking away from the beauty and our privacy of our suburban neighborhood. Please consider the voices of Kramer Street and surrounding streets. We want to keep our neighborhood quiet, pleasant, where we all feel comfortable, safe, and enjoy living here.
Okay. You know that it's not gonna be an additional building, it's an expansion.
Oh, I
It's
thought
not-
it was an additional building.
Yeah.
Okay, so even an additional expansion is going to mean more workers are working there, more traffic coming and going. It's a one-way street. As it is, a lot of the people that are working there aren't complying with the one-way street, and they're just, because it's very more convenient for them to drive out that way, because they're right over
That
there.
unfortunately is beyond our control. That's a
Right.
law enforcement issue. But I think that I'm going to ask you to take a seat so that they can explain your concerns. I think you sent out a little misinformation in that petition. And I'm surprised with all those people signing it that more of them didn't come here tonight.
Well,
But I
that's
will-
how life is. People are busy,
I
and
understand.
everyone is doing something else. They're concerned, but
But you see, if I lived on Kramer Street and I saw that, I would sign it.
Well, the thing is also, very few people got the notice. Only a couple of people got the
Within,
notice.
yeah, well, it's a radius.
Yeah.
that The town,
But it still will affect the entire block.
but they only have to send out, is it a
No, I
300
know.
foot
I
radius or
understand.
100? 300, right?
I understand.
Okay, so if you'll have a seat, I will let the gentleman come back and explain to you, okay?
Thank you. Sensitive, obviously, to the residents who live on Kramer Street. As was already stated, it's not a new building, it's just an expansion. We would submit that it's a relatively modest expansion. The footprint of the expansion is actually only about 1,000 square feet. But I'm going to let Mr. Mulrine come up here and
Yes.
speak more to the parking issue, but
Yes.
I do have to note for the record that the expansion itself is actually code compliant, so
Yes,
it's...
you're not here for a variance for an expansion.
Right.
You're here for, because of the expansion, you are required, as per the town code, to provide more parking.
Exactly, well stated, thank you.
Sean Mulrine, Mulrine Engineering, 1225 Franklin Avenue, Garden City, New York.
Do you promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good evening. My name is Sean Mulrine of Mulrine Engineering.
Our report was submitted to the board within the packages that were provided. And again, this comes up from time to time when we're involved in applications where notices go out and residents are concerned about applications that come before them. This is an area where the residents are right next to Old Country Road. However, this is an existing building, and as the chairwoman mentioned, there might have been some misconstruing of the application. This is a 1,000 square foot addition off the back of the building, which will be 2 stories. So the total square footage is roughly 2,000 square feet. This is a building that's been owned by the current tenant, which is going to maintain on site. There is 2 areas of the parking lot. One is paved, one is unpaved. So this small addition to the building is going to also include the repaving of the rear area of the parking lot, increasing the number of parking spaces that are provided on the subject site. We looked at this application. This application also went before the Nassau County Planning Commission. The Nassau Planning Commission also had concerns based on the proposed variance that we're asking for tonight. They asked for a parking analysis, which was prepared and presented to them. Upon their review of our parking study, they felt that it was adequate and that the parking on-site would be sufficient for the proposed expansion. So again, we're before the board tonight asking for the variance, but as part of that review, this application also goes before the Nassau County Planning Commission, which reviews all zoning applications within the county. So that board also looked at our study and found that the parking that's going to be provided on-site will be adequate for the proposed expansion. So not only did our report state that, but they agreed with our findings. So we believe that this parking lot that's being provided will be sufficient to accommodate all the vehicles coming to and from the office. This small expansion to the office will not increase significantly the number of cars coming back or forth from the property. And as I stated, this is an owner-occupied building, so the owner is looking to create this expansion so they can stay on the site that they currently operate at.
May I ask a couple of questions?
Absolutely.
Thank you. So you said it's going to expand the current parking lot, so there's going to be more spaces than are currently there.
Correct.
How many spaces are there right now?
11,
And how many spaces will there be after the expansion?
27.
So it's just, I want to make sure, because I know there's a lot of technical jargon, and the gentleman has to talk to us, he's required to talk to us, but I can talk to you. So this is going to more than triple the current amount of spaces, even though they're only adding 1,000 times
It's-
2,
right,
2,000
correct.
square feet. They're tripling the number of current spaces. So believe it or not, this may actually help the problem of people parking on Kramer currently, because they're going to have 3 times as many spaces as currently exist. I don't understand exactly how many bodies go into a 2,000 square foot expansion. What does that mean to somebody who doesn't understand it?
Again, as Mr. Butler mentioned, what they're looking to do is provide additional space, larger offices for the people that are currently there. So you'll have conference rooms and different things within that 1,000 square feet.
So it's not adding any offices, it's just making the existing offices larger?
Well,
It's not adding tenants, it's adding space to the existing tenant spaces. But just to, these aren't hard numbers, but I did speak with the client about how many employees they typically have on site at any given time to kind of give like a real world application to this, because we're talking about ITE standards. He said at any given time, there's usually only about maybe 4 to 6 employees on site. Because of the brokerage, you have brokers coming and going throughout the day, but they're not all there at the same time. So, you don't actually always have the parking lot that's even there today full at any given point.
Okay. So
And-
we're not increasing the number of people, at least it shouldn't be tremendously increasing the number of people, and we're tripling the amount of current parking spaces.
correct. And just for the record, the current owner has owned the building since 2019. So they've been there for a few years. They've operated, they keep it in good shape. Even though the rear part of the lot is not paved, it's well-maintained.
Well, and it'll be paved now.
Correct. Good. So we
How long
believe
has the building been there, though? The old building, I'm just curious.
it's been there since 1968.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to allow you a question, and then we're going to wrap this up.
Okay, 30 years ago.
Come on up, please.
30 years ago, my ex-husband, he went to a meeting about making a building on that property. I know they're not making a building, they're making an expansion, which I didn't realize at first. And they declined it because they said that property was not for commercial use. It is on Kramer Street, that lot.
It's in the NB zone, neighborhood business, that's a commercial. Your
So-
property is residential, this is commercial.
But 30 years ago, they wanted to make a building there, and they wouldn't allow it.
I
Yeah.
can't even answer that.
So I don't know how they got permission to make it.
Because it's NB zone, neighborhood business.
How long have you lived in the?
I've been living there for like 38 years. And my house is the second house in from that building, so I will be affected mostly. My neighbor actually would be the most affected. You know, just the fact that we're getting a bigger, you know, an expansion is, you know, it's making it more commercialized, and he's saying there's not going to be a lot of people. I don't know that for sure.
We understand, but we are
Yeah.
not here tonight to vote on the expansion. We're only here tonight to vote on
Right,
their parking.
the
ban.
parking situation, well, we don't know.
Everything else is permitted by law.
Well, if they're making an expansion, I would think they're making an expansion because they're going to put more people in the
No,
expansion.
he just explained that it's just making offices, conference rooms, offices larger. things
Larger?
like that.
And they're tripling the current amount of parking spaces that you
Mhm.
have.
Yeah.
There will be 3 times the number,
Mhm.
okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
The public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's it, right? Last one?
That's it.
Yes, you can submit that.
Thank you very much. Take a 5-minute comfort break. Thank you for allowing me.
Yeah, of course. I don't have transcriber. Are you hearing? Yeah, well, yeah, that's somebody else, that's a cart provider. That's the business, right? Nobody works.
It's funny, we almost
I
had this
can't be,
dude,
I'm not a
lady
provider.
gets hit
I'm
by
a court reporter.
Ah!
And there's a cart provider. Yeah,
Oh.
that's somebody, yeah.
Oh.
I understand. Yeah.
I believe if you tell us in advance, we can have an ASL interpreter, if you tell us next time. Okay? Thank you. He's done. I saw that she was signing, he was signing.
Wow.
What
did
did
you
it
end up
was a
doing?
huge case.
Oh, no, that's a fucking $50 million case, right? That's
I was
retirement.
like,
Yeah. I've probably told you that story when I was with that firm. I had a case and, young woman, inching through traffic. And
In a car?
In a car. And someone goes to cut from one side of the road to the other to avoid the traffic.
Yeah.
And times it where they just nail her and T-bone and pulled her over. Same type of thing, 28, school teacher. And she came to the deposition, you know, this car had 100 miles on it. And Andrew literally broke her in half.
Yeah.
TBI, legit. And she came in, and and her mother had to bring her there. She was living in a home at the time on disability. And she walked like this, because half her body was so badly damaged. And she had a TBI, and she had this weird tick where she'd laugh like that. She could hardly communicate, and we had to do the deposition. They already offered the policy, but these guys, they wanted a fee. And they said, if you have white work, you may not want to have a fee. So do the deposition. And these guys were like, I'm not doing that, we offered you the policy. Andrew, I swear to God, I went into my car, and I had to stop myself from crying. It was so sad, right? And that's when you just like roast out by the profession, right?
Right.
So I get back to the office, and I see the two guys, and the less slimy you're looking to is the guy Ellen. And I'm like, oh my God, that case is like, sad, right? The other guy, yeah. He was like, yeah, you know, I fucked up was gonna be a real winner. The last policy. That's fucking low, like,
That's like,
right? Like, that's bad karma, man.
yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I'm like, oh, this is so gross.
Those
Like-
guys are like the top.
Like the slimiest of slimy, right?
Yeah.
I literally sat in my car for like 10 minutes to get my composure. Her mother's gotta walk her into that position. Horrible, 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 horrible. Yeah, he was like, yeah, if only we had some policy, right? I'm like, that's
Yeah,
the first
that
thing.
makes you richer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's what I wish.
She can get another car.
Yeah, exactly.
Brain damaged for life, so you can get another car, right?
So big, right?
Yeah, such a dirtball. It's just like, but that was that guy. Just like a.
Both those guys there.
Yeah. The other guy was
I
small.
see, what's his name?
Was Spellman?
Yeah.
He's a tool. I always thought.
He tries a lot of cases.
Yeah, he does. Tries for them.
Yeah.
And he's had some hits. I don't know how he pulls it off. Because when I talk to the guy, I'm like, what?
I know.
Right?
I don't know how these guys do it.
And I
If you think about it,
don't think he presents well. But,
these guys are like,
yeah. Yeah. And what's the old expression? How do you win $1 million case? Get a $3 million case?
yeah, exactly.
Right?
It's true.
Yeah. They get good venues.
Yeah.
They do. They got guys,
Yeah,
Bronx.
yeah.
Right? They got a Brooklyn guy.
Yeah, I was talking to someone the other day, and it was like, he had a guy like that, although, he had like a real, like, an employee who,
Yeah.
so he was legit.
How much did he pay him?
But he's like, yeah, so he's like, there's a way to do it, and he did it the right way, the ethics committee, the whole thing. But essentially,
Then
that's
you
what
just
it was,
pay
right?
him $300,000 a year
But that's
instead of
essentially what
40.
it was, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, I stopped doing it.
For what?
That's-
Really?
Yeah,
Where? What district?
New York.
Oh, in the Southern District?
Yeah.
Angel, I swear, I saw one of these prominent firms. And it was just by happenstance. I read an article, like the Post, right?
Yeah.
One of those little burbs. And it says, employee of law firm involved in accident in South Bronx driving Bentley. And I'm like, yeah, there's the runner. The runner driving through the neighborhood and hits someone. Like employed by XYZ law firm. I'm like, how's that?
Right.
Yeah. And, right?
Yeah. We had,
It's gross.
we had, I told you, I ever tell you about that cases? So I knew a guy who did a funding loan.
Yeah.
And I only knew because
Another
he was a plaintiff's attorney.
Slimy ass business.
Right, he was a plaintiff's attorney.
Yeah.
And like, I had cases against him when I came out, he like let me cover positions for him, whatever.
Yeah.
And then he got a funding company. So he calls, so I had a guy come in, regular case comes in. I sent it to him. I said, this is a funding company, I know, use them or not. So he uses them. The guy calls me up, he goes, listen, I have 30 cases. There's this attorney who's like in trouble. And he's got to get rid of his cases.
Mhm.
I have all the funding, so I can dish it out. So I'm like, okay. Jared and I set up an office in Manhattan. Like one of those like, temporary ones.
Yep.
We get 20 guys, right? All the same thing. Fell, had surgery, hit him up. Fell, like all 20 of them, right? So I knew a friend of mine that had picked up one of these cases from his attorney. He's like, oh, what did they all had surgery from the doctor.
Same doctor.
Who's in the fucking office with the attorney. He's in the same office. The same office. So we write letters the next day.
Quit.
Wait, we're not taking
Yeah.
the case, thank you, blah, blah, blah. We stopped the office. My friend calls me up the next day, I went and got one. He goes, dude, let me guess, fucking FBI was at my office, question for Day. We thought we hit the lotto.
Yeah.
Like they were all surgical
You're like
cases.
30. Yeah.
They were all,
Yeah.
six
But you're like,
significant
how does
cases.
that guy get fucked?
Once we got like,
I wouldn't either. I
once we got
never.
through like 5 or 10.
Yes.
It's crazy, he's got so many of these, all the same fact pattern. Like they were all the same thing.
Like the one with the
I mean,
11,000.
Yeah. Same surgeon.
Dang, same surgeon,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys,
People wouldn't,
Yeah.
people wouldn't even believe it,
no.
right? People on the street.
Jared and I always say like, anytime we ever even think of doing something like, not shady,
Yeah.
shady, but like stuff right, we're like, fuck it. We're not doing it.
I asked
You
Diane.
would go to jail, right? I don't.
No, I don't
I
wanna
don't.
go for
I mean,
this.
that place, Andrew, so
Right.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Go. Oh, I'm doing these dabs up in the Bronx and that stupid River Street place down in the basement with these kids. Yeah, he hit me with the car, I'm like, who told you to say that? Right? Like,
Say it again?
all from the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And the funny thing, you were right?
yeah, they never went through that, right?
Right.
They
I
never
think,
told anyone.
I think our friend is heading off the deep end again. I don't know if you've seen his Facebook.
Is he? You know, it's so funny because I've seen it and I'm like, okay, he's kind of normal a little bit.
Too much posting.
Yeah, I know.
Too much posting. Can't be posting every hour
I
on
know,
Facebook.
I know.
Unless you're my mother-in-law. She loves to post on Facebook.
I owe you a phone call, by the way. Yeah.
You know, it drives me crazy if I tell my kids something, a fact, they go, oh, where'd you hear that on
So many of those
Facebook?
cases from, because I'll notice, right? 'Cause how long ago was that? Oh, shit. Okay.
No, this guy is just, you know, it's like a thing. No, you would.
I know the
Actually, you know
face
what?
and name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We ready?
Yeah.
How old we got?
Okay.
Get ready, because we're gonna go fast. You slow me down if you have to.
How about I slow you down?
Maybe our age?
Preemptively, I like it.
All right, trying to get us out of here.
I don't know.
Anything here that I can kind of follow in this
Dog
order?
license?
Hearing number one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then, and for every vote,
All right, okay.
well, I'm gonna say it, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Hearing number one, appeal number 24-141. This looked okay to me.
I'm fine with it. I'll move
Lois
it.
will move it.
I'll second. Oh,
Andrew will second. All in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number two, appeal number 24-152.
I like it.
I think the gross floor area problem was, there's a boathouse and a barn also on there, so I think that was included.
And
because
height in the
they-
basement. Oh, no, there's
Yeah,
no
no.
basement.
But I
There's no
don't think,
basement.
well, our guess is that he didn't count those, he was just counting the house.
But you know,
Wow, I think that counts everything.
I did the math on it, and it was just the basement in the house.
yeah.
Oh,
It was
really?
a
Without the
basement.
barn and the
I
boathouse?
can't believe that house has a
And it
basement.
went 11,000?
Clocks
Oh,
Boulevard?
because the,
Yeah,
because of the basement.
It's that's a very eclectic block, all
Oh, wow.
different types. I sort of like
Even 7,000.
having that block. I
Oh,
really
there's double.
do. It's eclectic and
Oh,
that's
yeah,
fine.
yeah,
That makes
Guys,
sense.
the poor stenographer, you're gonna give her a heart attack.
Yeah, she's,
Sorry.
Yeah, it's an old Victorian,
Yeah.
it was
Okay.
Yeah, it fits.
I'll
No,
move it.
it was nice.
I'll
We saw that.
I'll
We saw
second
that.
it.
my opinion.
So that's going to be Rita and Lois. All in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number three, appeal number 24-155.
I'm fine, I'll move that.
I'll second it.
And that's going to be with no further enclosure of the deck
Okay.
as a condition. So that's Lois and Andrew. All in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number four, appeal number 24-177. This was okay.
Yeah, that's
I'll move
fine.
it.
Okay.
Andrew, anybody want to second it? Lisa, all in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number five,
Don't like this.
appeal number 24-193.
Really, Lois?
I have a question. It says existing. Does that mean legal? Or
Yes.
That means it is legal, okay.
It's
Yeah, it
legal,
has been,
looks
but
like it's
the
legal
paperwork on it
non-conforming.
said it was since 1950.
So I
Okay.
have to say,
I
I
mean,
don't love it either, and I commented to the chairwoman after the hearing closed that I wished I had asked a few more questions about it. I don't know why I didn't. We have a two-family with a basement apartment, it seems.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a resident who came in and said that it's negatively impacting his,
yeah.
uh,
It backs up, it
His
is,
life.
like here it ends and here's industrial.
I think at a minimum, we need to condition this on them fixing that fence, for sure, so that the resident feels that his concerns were addressed. And also, was it something about egress windows?
Well, the attorney stated if we grant this, they would put in egress windows, but I would make that a condition, 'cause-
That was something we required when we saw.
So he
the
has to
plans.
do it anyway.
We told them they had to put it in because they have these bedrooms.
And
that
he's
they didn't
doing me a
have
favor.
windows
There's
In
already,
the basement, they didn't have them.
but they do have 2 means of egress.
They actually have 3. He said 2, there's 3 to the lower level and 2 to the top. And also the basement apartment comes up to a portion of the first floor.
Yeah, it's
And then another portion of the first floor.
Goes
to
up
another unit
Yeah.
that goes
to the
second
second
floor.
floor.
It's like,
So it's really an old
yeah.
mishmash.
Well, and the use has been there forever. It would very badly prejudice the owners to force them to undo what's there, I think.
But they're also
They-
asking not to be an owner occupied.
That's what I object to. I'm okay with the rest, but I don't like the non-owner occupied. They can sell it, this is a Realtor that owns it, he can sell it to somebody, and they can have it owner occupied. I don't like that it's with the Realtor.
Can we do that? Can we make it that they have to have it owner occupied?
Absolutely. But then the question is, would they want it still?
No, he'll sell it, and somebody will buy it as it's an existing two-family, somebody will buy it, but it has to be owner occupied. That makes a lot of difference in how they treat the property.
And that's why we usually require it.
Yeah, that's,
So is it, it says existing non-owner occupied, does that mean right now it's approved for non-owner occupied?
Correct, and we would be reversing that.
are we allowed to do that?
And I don't see a prior ZBA decision,
Because it's non-conforming, so
because it was from so long ago that.
1950.
Before the code.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to do
Council,
it?
are we allowed to
Are we
make a
allowed to do
decision, doing that?
we could get beat up for it.
I just make one more comment? I don't know
Yes.
if you guys care about this, but all the mechanicals are in one of the dwelling units. So like the other dwelling unit has to access that. Like dwelling unit 2 would have to go through dwelling unit 1 to access their hot water heater, furnace.
Okay.
It seems like the only laundry, that doesn't matter though.
Yeah.
Why is it material? Why does that matter?
I'm not sure if it does to you guys. I just wanted to put it out.
Okay, no, I appreciate it.
I
I just
would
was wondering
think-
if there was a reason
Yeah.
that,
I'm guessing you're thinking that means that they have to be somebody, two families have to know each other, it has to be somebody, family, I mean, I wouldn't want strangers running through my unit.
That's kind of what
Yeah,
I mean, like
yeah.
it needed to be serviced and maybe these people aren't home.
Yeah, it's a safety concern, no?
Yeah, but it's not our concern.
I mean, I'll.
You'd have to call, there's a property manager, and if you had a problem, you would call him and he'd figure it out. It's not our problem.
I give a lot of deference to what you think, Lois,
I mean, with the owner occupied, if it's all legal, why did it come before us? That's what I don't understand.
I didn't understand either what prompted this.
Yeah, I mean, why is, if
That's
it's
a good
le-
question. Why
Yeah.
are they here? Because they're not, everything's existing.
Right.
And if
That's
it's
what I
legal,
question, is existing the same as legal?
Are they
Because it was there
selling it?
before,
I think it's the fence. He's maintaining, legalizing the fence.
And this prompted all this?
Where's the
Oh, no, it
fence?
says existing finished basement and second kitchen dwelling unit to be maintained and legalized, so it never had a permit.
existing
Maybe because
second
of the
kitchen.
age.
in the basement.
Maybe
So then
because of
why
the
are they
age.
calling this an existing non-owner occupied two-family dwelling?
Well, it is, but.
But it needs our approval. So we can approve everything except for C.
Right,
Yeah,
They're also maintaining an addition,
Right.
like the whole,
the one-story addition.
half of the house.
That's okay.
Well, we're not gonna make them pull off a piece of.
No, but we
No.
can, like Lois said, if she wants it owner occupied, then we can deny C.
Right.
How about that? Council?
You can place reasonable conditions on an application.
Okay, so reasonable condition would be,
can we deny C?
Sure, why not? If we couldn't, it wouldn't be there, right?
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
Right.
That's true.
I mean, otherwise, why do we have this in front of us?
Yeah, I think you're right.
If we're not able to do it, it's gonna get kicked back and we're
Right.
gonna have to re-vote on it.
Right,
Let's do it and see what
Unless we
happens.
want to put it on reserve for a legal opinion.
Let's put it on
Why don't we
reserve.
do that?
Okay.
Next, hearing number 6, appeal number
Now,
24.
can I just ask you, what, will you research it, or what happened?
Yeah, I'll take a
Okay,
look.
okay, thank you.
Thank you, Don.
Hearing number 6, appeal number 24-227.
This is good. This is the one that had a camper in the driveway and he fixed the whole thing up.
You want to move it?
I'll move it, yep.
Andrew?
I'll second.
Lois will second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 7, appeal number 24-156.
This is the guy whose name didn't fit on the sign.
I'll move
I'll
this.
second it.
Rebecca will
I like that,
second.
yeah.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? I moved it.
I
Rebecca
seconded.
seconded. All in favor? Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 8, appeal number 63-251.
This was okay, I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was fine.
You want to move it, Rebecca?
I'll move it.
I'll second it.
And Lois will second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 9, appeal number 24-53.
Simply Smiles.
Yeah, I hesitate sometimes with these ROs, but this is a real RO row, and he's comparing his sign to other signs in the RO zone.
Yeah, that sign,
Right,
that
Coles was
section
on the
is
side of
fine.
the building.
Yeah,
too,
but
and it was
still
kind of
facing-
Under the eaves and whatnot, it
I
wasn't.
think it faces a shopping center.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was too.
Plainview.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, I know.
I'll move it.
Okay, Andrew will move it, I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 10, appeal number 24-151.
Bad penny, right?
I'm not voting for this. I don't know what you guys
Yeah, I
want to
don't like
do.
it either.
This is out of character with the neighborhood, and every time they try and add to it, they make it more out of character with the neighborhood. There's not another house in Hicksville that looks like this.
Yeah.
What she said. Move to deny.
Denied.
Denied.
Everybody agree?
Denied,
All
yeah.
in favor? Aye. Okay. Denying it.
I
Everybody.
move to deny it,
Oh.
Rita second to deny it.
Thank you.
Did I forget that part? Yeah, I did. Rebecca and Rita. Hearing number 11, appeal number 24-171, Starbucks. Everybody okay with this?
I
Sure.
like
You
Starbucks
can
so
never-
much, I almost feel like I should recuse myself.
I always wanted to say it. I
You
think
have a
it should-
financial,
They have a financial incentive.
I hate
almost-
Starbucks.
I almost
You guys
wanted
do
to
with
say
it.
there can never
Ugh.
be enough Starbucks.
I'm a karmic grind girl.
Well, I don't like their coffee, I like their chai.
I love their chai tea.
I love their chai tea is delicious.
Okay, who's moving it?
Lois will.
I'll move it.
Lois and Rebecca?
Okay,
Oh,
sure.
got it.
And the
No,
5
Andrew.
AM, do we have to clarify that?
I'm sorry, it's Lois and Andrew.
Okay, just so that's clear, right? It's gonna be 5 AM.
Okay.
Okay.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 12, appeal number 24-237.
This is basically fine, it's a bay window, existing addition, it's really not much of anything.
Okay.
What's that? You can't see it. You can't see it from the street, yeah.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
Lisa will second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. 13 is postponed. Hearing number 14, appeal number 24-165.
Did we get this all clear with the second shed?
4 is
Fixed it.
withdrawn. They took the fence down, so C is withdrawn. I don't know where I got 4 from.
4 foot.
And yes, there's that extra shed that's added. Okay. Who wants to move it?
I will, it's a hardship.
Yeah, it is a hardship.
Rebecca?
I'll
and-
second
And
it.
Lois will second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 15 is postponed. Hearing number 16, appeal number 24-235, Vegas Court. I'll move this. I didn't see a problem with that. Lisa will second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 17, appeal number 24-228. This was the rooftop terrace.
I just want to reiterate what I said on the record earlier. I know you're concerned about creating precedent, but I do feel that this area of the town is different. Its proximity to Suffolk County and the lot lines and the houses are just very different than anywhere else in the town that I've seen personally, which is why not only am I okay with it, but I don't think it's creating a precedent because they're so different.
Okay. Okay.
It's
Well, I
an
just,
R10 too, right? It's big.
yeah,
It's big.
R110, yes.
It's an R110.
yeah, it's big. All right, you want to move it, Rebecca?
Sure.
I'll second it.
And Andrew will second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 18, appeal number 23-224.
I'm gonna
The
move to
fence.
deny this.
Yeah, we're denying that.
Yeah.
This is denied. He's gonna have to stick
Right.
with his original.
Yeah, you gave me.
Andrew, you wanna move that?
Yeah, I'll move
Relief
tonight.
already.
I know.
And compromise for the guy next door.
Lois, will you
and
second
then
it?
Sure.
Came for more, right?
All in favor to deny?
All in favor, yes, aye.
Okay.
I deny.
Hearing number 19, appeal number 24-167. This is the deck,
I'll move
Mesa
this.
Road. Andrew will move it. I'll second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Can we do something quick on this?
What?
John Tufel had mentioned something about an AC unit. Did you hear him do that?
Yes.
Can you just check for me quick?
Another, is John Tufel not checking his paperwork?
Seems that way, right?
It would seem that way. We got another Chris Gray on our hand?
Easy now.
Yeah.
No.
He said something about the AC
To be
unit.
maintained, AC unit 8.1 to the side.
All right, so that's fine.
And what does it
right?
have to be?
Gotta be 8, right?
Why is it
Yeah,
eight?
he's good. Yeah, he's fine.
Oh, it's okay? All right, good. I take back what I said.
Just for one reason or for two reasons?
No,
He was probably
because I'm
saying it had to
stupid.
be maintained, I don't know
Would like to write on another exhibit? Okay,
All right, so this is gonna be, which one are we on?
now we're on
19?
20, that was
20.
19. Did we vote on it?
vote?
We did.
Yeah.
Moved it?
Yes,
Yeah.
we have Andrew and me.
Right.
So hearing number 20, appeal number 24-164. The air conditioning units, I'll move that.
I'll second that.
Lois will second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 21, appeal number 24-176. I'm going to move this one too. Anybody want to second it?
second it.
Andrew will second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Holdover number 1, appeal number 24-107. I want to move this one too.
Yeah, I'll
I did
second it.
too.
I'll second that.
Lois will second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Extension of time. How many we got? All right, so in today's economic climate, I think all
Absolutely.
extensions of time should be granted. I will move it. Both of them. And who's going to, and Rebecca will second both of them. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. And Rita and Rebecca on the parent-childs.
Thank you.
And that's it, boys and girls.
Till next time. Good luck with your
Yeah, Andrew. Yeah, Andrew, gonna remember that. Good luck.
We got young Michael here, I love it. This guy does everything.
He's the best.
Big strong guy.
Someone know that I put some money in my paycheck.
Don't trip. Yeah. I wish it was that easy.
Yeah.
Hard work doesn't get you that.
As soon as we get the chairs, our paycheck is the very next priority.
Yeah.
Michael, I would even forego a chair for you
I
to
would
get a
too.
raise.
I would too.
Nicole, great job as always, nice to see you.
Yes, it was good to see you, Nicole. Thank
See
you.
you, yeah. Yeah, we miss you.
Yeah, we don't have to see you now.
Yeah.
Little action, right? You sitting at the computer all day, right? Yes.
Where does your son go to school?
In Switzerland.
Oh, wow, okay.
Rita,
Yeah, they can't, yeah.
New York County.
They go so fast.
I know, how are your grandkids?
Doing great, doing
Yeah?
great, yeah, yeah.
I wrote on mine. That's all right. I apologize. Thank you. Don't worry about it. Thank you so much.
Yep.